Hi everyone, welcome back. I've got some amazing, really pale pastel colours mixed up. Very different from my normal colour palette. Very pale, very soft. I'm going to do another patchwork swipe. I did one a couple of weeks ago and I really loved it. It was so much fun to create and I loved the result, the effect of it. So I'm going to do exactly the same again, but with pastel colours. I'm using a 30cm canvas, hoping you can see my colours around the edge. So I've got pale pink, two blues, one paler than the other, a pale yellow, two purples and two pale greens. So they're all, most of them are Amsterdam colours, but I've added white to all of them to make them really nice and pale. And they're mixed with PVA glue and water. I've also put a little drop of oil of coconut milk hair serum into each colour. So I'm going to create some cells when I do the patchwork swipe. So I just want to, first of all, just gently pour the paints over and I'm going to do a pattern. So I'm going to do a sort of S shape across the canvas. Now I haven't really thought about my order yet. Maybe I should be doing that now. Let's mix everything up a bit. Now these paints are really quite thick, so what I would do is pour them on and then I would dab them with my finger to spread them out a bit. Right, that's all the colours down. So what I'll do now is just try and fill in the gaps a little bit more. And then I'll dab the canvas just so it's all covered. So I was just about to start swiping and I realised I've left out one of the colours. Now this is my favourite colour. So it's the Venetian Rose by Amsterdam. I love this colour. So I'm absolutely gutted that I've missed it out on here. I like it as it is, but I love this colour. So I think I'm going to risk actually putting too much paint on here, but I don't care. I need this colour. So I'm just going to just pour it on, I think, in some little places. Right, so it's obviously only some thin beads of it, but there's quite a few. So let's hope that's enough. Yeah, already it just brightens it up. Really like it. So I'm going to swipe with, oops, I can't get hold of it, a little piece of plastic. It's very thin, it's very bendy, so I just find it works really, really well on this type of pour, this kind of swipe. I've just seen just a little dry patch there. It's actually been about an hour because I just had to quickly nip to the dentist. So I put the paints down thinking it'll be fine, but I can just see a couple of places where it's actually started to dry already. So I really do need to get a wriggle on now and get swiping. Right, so patchwork. So I'm going to swipe in one direction, then in another direction, and then in another direction. I will end up probably swiping each patch probably 2 or 3 times. I want to do it enough so I get the colours to blend enough. So I'm just thinking there's probably enough for 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I work out roughly where the middle is, I think it's about there, and start in that direction. So I'm just swiping across in a sort of square. So I'm moving all the colours about so that everything gets starts to blend together a little bit. And then with that last swipe, just swiping off over the edge. Right, so some of the patches you can see have blended really nicely, but other ones, for example, this one, it's just purple and blue. There's nothing else going on in that square. So when I torch, I'm probably not even going to get many cells because it's just the purple. There's nothing underneath. So what I will now do, happy with the layout and the composition, I'm now going to go back and swipe again. So for this one, for example, I'm just going to catch the edge of that paint and pull that across. So back in the opposite direction. And then suddenly I have got lots of different colours in that one patch now. Right, I'm happy with that. So I'm happy that I'm confident that the colours are blended enough now, but not too much. If I start swiping again a third time, everything's going to muddy. It's already starting to slightly, but I think it's fine. So let's start torching and see what we get. Right, just seen one bit I'm not happy with. This square here is tiny and this one is big, so I'm just going to re-swipe that one just to make that a little bit longer, that box. It is just so delicate, so soft, really, really pretty. I'll show you up close the little cells. My paint was reasonably thick and that shows up here because the cells haven't expanded very much. But the good thing about that is you can really quite clearly see the borders of each of the patches. If the paint's too thin, the cells are massive and it totally distorts the edges of the boxes. So really, really happy with this. They're also quite subtle cells just because of the colour scheme, because that's very contrasting, green and purple, but otherwise a lot of the colours I've used here are not quite as contrasting. Really pretty. It's so different. Really happy with it. Right, I'll be back when it's dry. So the painting is now finished. As you can see, I've added a border and I love it. I'm so happy with it. The last patchwork swipe I didn't add a border and I regretted it because the edges just looked really scrappy. So this, I just think it neatens it, it just finishes it. So what you can see is I've painted the very outside, the purple, that's actually in the pour here. And then I've used a purple Posca pen and then a blue Posca pen, a very thin line. So it creates a shadow and I just think it just adds to it, it just finishes it, it just makes it look really nice and neat. So yeah, I'm not sure everybody would agree, but that's what I've chosen to do and I'm really happy with that decision. The colours are beautiful. They are just so soft and relaxing. I'm slightly tempted to do some sort of heart in the middle or embellishment further, but I don't think I will. I'm really pleased with it. I'm pleased with it as it is. It's just simple and soft. Yeah, really happy. Let me know what you think. Do you like the border? Do you think the border does work? Also, what do you think to these colours? Because as you know, they're just not me. They're very different to my usual. Very different. So let me know, what do you think? Do you think they work? Great, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like it. Please do subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed watching the video. Great, take care everyone. Bye.